Okay.
Two sectors that have been affected the most during the lockdowns have been hospitality and fitness. All the gyms in the area. Gyms seem to be doing everything right, and they've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on making facilities and their classes safe during COVID-19. Stratford YMCA has been one of those casualties, and I wanted to bring on Terry Kendall to talk about what this means for the members of the YMCA, which offers so much to families. Hi, Terry.
Yeah. Hi, Eddie. How are you?
I'm terrific. A little confused, and it's got to be deflating for you and your staff and the members of the Y. But I got to ask you this off. What is the status for the Y and its buildings during this closure period?
Yeah. I'm actually just going to freeze for 1 second. This would be a better question for you to ask Jay. So Jay is actually the manager of health, fitness, and aquatics, and I do childcare. So I have been so focused in childcare.
Oh, okay. You know
that
what?
I know what's going
Yep.
on with the gyms, but I'm not as involved in all of the conversations
Let me
about that.
let me start, and we'll redo this all over again,
Okay.
because I thought you were able to handle all that sort of stuff too. Okay, I'll get rid
I
of that
mean,
part.
I don't know that I would be able to do it.
No, 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 I
have
don't wanna-
enough
yeah.
information. Yeah.
I don't want to put you on the spot, and I don't want to have anybody irate that you were asked that question and not Jay.
No, bro. I just don't want to give the wrong answer. That's
Yeah.
all.
Okay, there we go. We'll start this all over again. Take two. Hi there, everybody. Matthews from the Stratford and District Chamber of Commerce. And you know what? Two sectors have been affected the most during the lockdowns. It's been hospitality and fitness. Gyms have been doing everything right. They've spent thousands of dollars on making their facilities and classes safe to be at during COVID-19. The Stratford YMCA has been one of those casualties. And I wanted to bring on Terry Kendall to talk about what this means for members of the Y, especially in the child care sector. Terry, how are you?
Good. How are you today?
I'm doing okay, but like yourself and for many, this has got to be not only confusing, but deflating, especially for the child care sector. Tell me a bit about that angle of it and aspect.
Yeah, I mean, childcare has it closed very briefly at the beginning of the pandemic, and we have been opened up after just a couple of months, and we have been operating through the entire pandemic. Staff are feeling a little burnt out. There's so many guidelines, regulations that we are following, but they change so frequently that, we're in contact with 3 different public health units, the Ministry of Education, ensuring that we're doing it right. We do have families who aren't choosing not to attend right now, but overall, the staff have been amazing. They've adjusted really well to our new requirements, the mask wearing, the PPE, and keeping it a fun place for the children to come in every day.
How many staff would you have?
In the YMCA of Three Rivers for the Stratford Perth area, we would have about 50 childcare staff. Those are for our full day programs as well as our school age programs. As you know, right now, school age programs are not currently running because the schools are closed, but we are operating emergency childcare for those school age families for some of the essential workers.
Mm-hmm. What are the protocols, and especially not only now, but when you try to get everybody back into the Y?
Yeah, so we have very strict protocols through public health as well as the Ministry of Education. We have the screening that staff and children have to pass every day before they can come in. We are doing enhanced cleaning, so we're cleaning some of our areas 3, 4, or 5 times a day. And keeping our cohorts not mixing. So that's really affected childcare in the sense of from a staffing standpoint. In the mornings, we used to be able to have 2 toddler rooms combined until all the staff came in, but we're no longer allowed to have those cohorts meet or join together. They are only allowed to be outside together for a brief period of time. So many changes, so many guidelines. It's keeping on top of them, but the staff have been absolutely incredible. They're in the programs 8-10 hours a day, with their full PPE on, and not one complaint from them. So we're very proud of the staff and how they've handled all the changes.
Yeah, I've seen so many features and news reports about how you're getting through this and how all daycares are getting through this. But the one thing I haven't really heard people talk about, Are you talking to the kids, and how do they feel about what's going on? And are they aware of what they may be missing, or what's out there in reality?
Yeah, for sure. The way that it works with our curriculum is that it's all very it's what the children are interested in is what we focus on. So those children that are asking questions, we're answering them as best as we can. We're letting parents know so they can continue those conversations at home if need be. But we're trying to make it as normal as possible. I don't know if normal is the right word to use anymore, but we just want them to have that safe place to come and play every day with their friends, with their teachers, and not worry about kind of what's happening in the outside world during those times that the time that they're there with us.
Yeah, I find it funny, just well, not even funny, but it that's a strange choice of words in this. But when you're talking to the kids, and whether they're in painting mode and they're putting stuff down, and how they see the world, I get at this time.
Yeah, I mean, we've changed the way that our programs operate. The toys are getting changed throughout the day, where before they weren't getting changed that much. Even for crafts, when they're doing their supplies, each child has their own bucket. So things have changed in the classroom, but children are very, very resilient, and I think they're more resilient than a lot of people give them credit for. And they've just adapted to the change and just jumped right in. And they come every day with that smile on their face. They love to be there, and that's what's important.
Yeah. What about mental wellness at this particular time, not only for the kids, but for yourself and your staff?
Absolutely. We actually have a great, our HR department at work has been amazing. They send out weekly wellness, mindfulness, wellness activities, resources that we can use. And we ensure that the staff have that. We keep an eye. If we see that somebody's really struggling, we jump in and see what we can do to help them with that. Because you're right, mental health is a really big thing right
Yeah.
now in this pandemic.
Yeah. And there's so much with the Y, when you think about everything at the Y, whether it be, things for the kids, the loft, the pool, the gym, the fitness center, there's so much that not only the kids, but everybody else is missing out on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We used to do swimming actually with all of our children, our school age children and our full day sites, but we haven't been able to do that since the pandemic started. So it'll be nice to be able to get back to that, hopefully sometime soon.
Well, let's hope so. Hey, before I let you go, if any moms and dads are watching this right now and they have any questions or concerns, how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, they can reach out to any of our child care centers. It's all on our website, as well as all of our contact information is on there. So they would just go to the Stratford YMCA, Google, if they Google that, and that will bring them right up to our contact information.
Awesome. Hey, very nice to talk to you, Terry. And I hope the next time we do one of these, it's in person, okay?
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Eddie.
Terry Kendall joining us from the Stratford YMCA. I'm Eddie Matthews from the Stratford and District Chamber of Commerce.